one sees it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 2022 Garden State Film Festival, celebrating its amazing 20th anniversary. Yeah. My name is Ming Chen.
CJ Cullen.
And
Doug Bollinger. Hello.
Doug Bollinger. We have found yet another amazing filmmaker here at the film festival. I guess that's not a hard thing to do here, but finding one that's willing to talk about their films, actually also not that hard to find here.
And a local.
And a local.
And
like
local.
You said,
yeah,
you're from Neptune City.
I'm here. I'm from Long Branch. I live in Neptune City. I rode my bike here this morning. I'm good to go.
That's amazing. How's your festival been? How many of these have you been to?
So I'm one of the few that you've interviewed. I guarantee that have been to almost every single festival. I actually have a program in my house from the second year.
No way.
And I'm a Garden State success story because I just came as a fan those first few years.
Whoa.
Year 10, I had a short film here.
Okay.
And now in year 20, I have a feature here. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. So did those early years you came as a fan? I was like, man, I'd love to have a film here one day.
Totally. Just as a film fan to have this close, because I've always lived in the area, mostly Monmouth County in the last 20 years. And to have this cool level of festival this close and be able to just show up anywhere and see good stuff was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what was it like when you got year 10? You get, I guess, an email that you've been accepted.
It's so cool. We did a short film called Transition, and coincidentally enough, and there's no way they could. I'm not sure they didn't know this, but this year for our feature, one of the shorts was the guy I did. Was the guy I did the short with 10 years ago.
Wow.
Really?
His new film, Ethereal, Anthony Bradford, was part of our block, so we were hooked up again.
Did we see him on Thursday or Friday?
Yeah. That's great guy. So yeah, very cool.
That's so cool. So magic being created at the Garden State Film Festival.
I love it. And as a local, we love it being here.
Yeah.
And if I've just been a fan over the years, that's almost enough. But so awesome to get that email.
Can't beat a fest that you can ride your bike to.
Man, it is awesome. Not great to do, and when I'm kind of dressed up for the gala, but otherwise,
or when it's raining out.
Yeah, or when it's raining out, which it did.
Yeah, for sure. So this year, Rock Paper Scissors got into the fest. What's it about? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, Rock Paper Scissors is a feature. It is a thriller about a couple that is on the verge of maybe breaking up or not. Their relationship's not really working out too well. They try therapy, that really doesn't work, and before they decide whether to break up or not, they're the victims of a home invasion. And it's pretty brutal. And they're dealing with the trauma of that and go to this kind of experimental therapist that convinces them the only way they're going to get better is if they do something about this themselves. They interpret that as they're going to find these guys on their own.
It's like...
And as they do, their relationship then becomes more interesting.
As an actor yourself, are you in this one as well?
I am, and I play one of the villains.
Got to play a bad guy.
I'm one of the bad guys, and I get what I deserve.
This is I love.
You
this.
Like playing dark?
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and we've been working on this for about 5 years, so it's a real passion project for us. My great partner Josh Lee, who's been here all weekend. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us today. He wrote it with me, produced it with me, and he's also one of my best friends.
That's awesome. You seem such a good guy. Do you play a lot of villains or?
I tend to, yeah. I've played a couple of villains. I know where CJ and I met down at the Atlantic City Film Festival. Cinefest. I think with what was there, I was playing a villain in. And I am a decent guy. I'm a high school teacher.
Really?
He teaches like me. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What do you teach?
So I teach in a performing arts school in Ocean County. Ocean County VOTEC run a performing arts academy. And shout out to my school. And many of my students and parents of students came to support the film. So it was very
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Although that is a little awkward when they see their high school teacher being a villain and doing things that a high school teacher shouldn't be doing.
It's acting.
But it's acting, and they support the art, and they're great, and it's a cool community. So yeah.
What
you also do film class as well.
We do. We teach film there and acting and theater. So being able to kind of give them hands-on stuff. Some of them were interned. Some former students interned. I still work with former students on projects. It's cool.
I've been hearing about this a lot. People, film teachers or performing arts teachers, like Yeah, we got to. Yeah, I cultivate. I call my interns from former students. I was like, wow, man, cheap labor. Like how great it is.
And they're amazing. Like they've gotten stuff into film festivals. Some of my kids have been in a couple of CJ's festivals.
Yeah.
Like they're an amazing group. They inspire me to keep doing this, and I think CJ feels the same way. Like we never want to be the teachers who are there that just don't do it anymore, that just teach it.
Right.
So we still do it. We still
You
work
practice
it.
what you preach.
But when we're older and about to retire, and they're out there, they got to hire us to be the patron
Exactly
in their film.
Exactly. That's the plan.
That's our retirement plan.
Yeah, that's so cool though, and it's I mean, how great is it when you see your students get accepted to a film festival and you go there to support them,
Or sit on the couch and interview with you.
yeah, or sit on the couch. And
Yeah, I saw one of your
of,
students here. Yes, that was so cool.
Yeah, shout out to Sophia. What inspired Rock Paper Scissors? Were you a victim of a home invasion? I'm sure you've been through some breakups as well.
Yeah,
But
I've been through some stuff, but honestly, I had like a bunch of outlines. I was working on another project that was like about to happen, and I had an outline. I always wanted to have something next, so I was doing a film called The Samaritans, and we had this other thing, like it was kind of an outline, and it was. I was a big fan of some of the revenge movies of the '70s, like I Spit on Your Grave.
oh
and Last
yeah,
House
or
on
like
the
Charles
Left.
Bronson
Yeah,
movies.
Charles Like so,
yeah.
so that was kind of my idea, and then once I handed it over to my writing partner Josh Lee, it became way more cerebral and psychological, interesting, frankly. And then we got it in the hands of the actors, and they took it to another level.
Right.
And then the crew, the DP, all the way up to our sound and our music, blew me out of the water. It was way better than my original idea.
You usually work with usually some of the same actors, same crew.
Yeah.
So what about this film from your other ones? Did you bring a bunch of the crew along? Your partner in crime, you did, but other people, other actors from your other films?
This is a great story. So the lead in this, her name is Timothy Laurel Harrison. She's amazing. If you can watch this film, not even for me, watch it for her and Jeff Riberty. They're the two stars of it. And Timothy auditioned for me for a really bad movie that shall not be named. That I don't want anyone to ever see. But I didn't cast her. She was like in the running, but I didn't cast her.
Yeah.
Well, we kept in touch for years after that, just following each other's social media. How's it going? Supporting each other. When Rock, Paper, Scissors was about to be cast, it happened to be on a night when I saw a post from her. And I said, hey, I'm about to post this on Backstage. You should audition.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it wasn't that bitterness of, she didn't think, oh, you didn't cast me, I'm not going to talk to you again. And I didn't think, I didn't cast her. We kept that relationship. She ended up being amazing, and she's won multiple awards for this.
That's cool. Her name is Timothy.
Yeah, her
That's
name.
cool.
Her
Yeah,
name
no,
is Timothy.
I've met one other female named Timothy, and in general, they're very cool by nature. I think.
And she's amazing. And my writing and producing partner Josh, this was his first film, but he's one of my best friends that always I knew was smart enough to do this.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the perfect thing because I had it kind of more basic, and he added all kinds of flavor to it. So we brought in the actors. All of the actors I either worked with before or I knew people that worked with them and they were recommended. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Did you shoot around here in Monmouth County?
All Monmouth and Ocean County. We shot in Red Bank, Neptune City, and those of us that live here know there's a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Point Pleasant Beach, Wall Township. Yeah, it's all 100% Monmouth and Ocean County.
That's great.
Man,
and to have it here.
Yeah, at the Golden State Film Festival,
Yeah.
you can look on. It's like, oh yeah, I know that location.
Yeah, we got very lucky at a lot of cool local spots like the Arc Bar in Point Pleasant Beach.
Yeah.
We shot
I
there.
did karaoke there once.
Oh, they're amazing.
For Wednesday nights.
I used to play on their softball team, and we were shooting this. Like, I need a bar. We actually used their bar as two different bars in the movie, so they were great. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
When did you shoot this?
So we actually started shooting it 5 years ago. And we were put on pause for a little while. One of our actors got in a motorcycle accident. We kind of waited to wait for him to recover. So like the total amount of days is probably about 30.
Okay.
And we did the first kind of 10 to 13, 14 at once, and then we just picked up a day here, a day there.
Okay, yeah,
Rained
whenever you
this
could.
day, it rained-
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but also once we got the actors involved, it was also better than what we thought it was going to be. So we said, you know what, let's take our time because we think we got something really cool here. So let's wait and do it right. And we took our time. We got composers who were here last night at the screening, Brian Wood and Billy Burke. They were amazing. And you know what, we took our time, and I think we did it right.
How'd the screening go?
screening was very cool, and it was such a mixture. Like being here, like I had friends, I had family, I had former students, I had parents of students. It was a cool mixture of folks, and then people that I met here, that I met like at the, and this is shout out to Garden State. This is why we do this, and this is why you do it right. Thursday night, we're meeting people.
Yeah, you met a lot of people. We talked to a lot of filmmakers.
And then they
Thursday
came
night.
to the screening, and now we connected, and we're going to keep in touch and hopefully work together. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I love about this fest. The great events, great people. I think you're there Friday night as well.
For their Friday, kind of trying to do is absorb as much as I can.
Yeah.
While I'm
the Irish film.
I didn't. We had so many people coming down to see ours the next day, so we kind of had to entertain.
Okay, yeah.
That's another part of it. You feel a little bit stretched thin. Like I have people here, like I want to make sure I hang out with everybody that can.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been a fun time.
That's awesome. Well, what's next? Have you submitted to a lot of film festivals, or have you been doing the circuit already?
We've been to a few, and we have one more that we know we're doing in September, which is like a long way away.
Okay.
We're waiting to hear about a few in the summer. We'll see if that happens or not, and we're gonna ride it out and have some fun. We're going to Block Island in September.
Okay.
That's the next one we know we're in. And yeah, we're
being a teacher. Do you like to submit in the summer places and go travel?
It would be like that was also like that was our plan, and then we only got into fall festivals, so we were doing.
Oh man, okay.
And this one was it certainly wasn't an afterthought, but it was way later than our schedule. So I feel lucky that we got in because this is kind of late in the game for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What did you guys shoot on camera wise?
So we used, because it was over such a long period of time, we ended up using 3 or 4 different cameras.
Okay.
One of them was a Blackmagic. One of them was one of the Reds. We had amazing director of photography, Corey Green, who's also our editor.
Yeah.
And
is it easy or hard, really hard to match up the cameras with the shots?
Because it's the same guy, it was all right. Like I just trusted him and trusted that him and
the color correction and things.
Yeah, who was done by this amazing guy named Matt Grego, and I trusted them, and when they said, "Listen, it's a different camera, but it's going to be all right," I just said, "I believe you." Yeah, because I work with the guy at a bunch of projects, and like you said before, working with the same people over and over again, you just know to trust them when they produce. Yeah.
Part of the process, right? You find the people you work well with and that know their stuff, and
keep on going.
Keep on going with them.
It's a big part of it, and like the way I look at it is, you find people you like. Number one, number two, that they're good. And number 3, that they're trustworthy.
Right.
Like that's if you could find that combination, just keep them and keep doing stuff together. And that's what I've done. 90% of the people I worked with on this, I worked with before.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hang out with them for days at a time.
Yeah,
so,
it's intense.
And for long hours and little sleep and things get things
it's intense and you got to have people around you that ultimately you want to be with.
Right.
But you learn that too when you're on a film and you just don't really vibe with someone, and no matter how good they are. You don't want to do that again, man.
Yeah.
No, it's too hard. And we pick and choose these projects, man. They're hard. So we want people around us that we want to be with.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are you working on now? You look like you've always got something going on. So
yeah.
You said you don't like to run into a project without having something next. What's
Absolutely.
next?
So we've got we haven't done another kind of unique medium as a web series. So some of the people that I worked with on this film and also the last one, Samaritans, we've been working on a web series. We actually had it ready to go, and then COVID started.
Yeah.
So this now is even more ready to go.
Okay.
And some of the same people that worked with us on this are hopefully going to do that with us. And I like that idea because we could totally control it. We're going to do 3 seasons, 10 episodes per season, but only 3-minute episodes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we've got the whole story kind of planned out for 3 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, attention spans these days, man.
It's it.
I mean,
it's it. It's called Scrawl, the series. That hopefully is going to be the next thing we do. And then Josh and I are working on writing something together again. But yeah, I always want to have something, like you said, always want to have something brewing, something working. Because I do not want to go into my class and my kids say, Mr. Bollinger, what are you doing next? And I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has school been this year for you?
Our kids are so resilient, man. What we learned over the last 2 years is what we teach, and and listen, you math teachers, science teachers, you're important too. But what we teach involves communication, and human communication, interpersonal communication.
They need it.
They need it. And those skills are so important. And the ones that worked on it and know it can get right back into it.
Right.
But the kids that don't have it and haven't worked on
That's
it,
a good number right
they
now.
struggle. Yeah,
That's a good number.
They struggle, and that's no joke. But I feel even stronger about the things that we teach. Not just acting, theater, film, but communication, talking to a human and looking them in the eye and talking to them.
Yeah.
It's not just communicating on devices with our students. So that's something that's really impressed me about them. And they're resilient and they're killing it. We just did our school musical, like full on 60 people in the cast.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're involved in that too,
Yeah,
the performing
yeah.
arts. Well, I mean,
It's so
you're
fun,
the
man.
guy they need, back there.
It's fun.
On the side of the stage.
Our
Yeah.
school, we just did chorus line. They had that.
Yeah.
Well, I was filming. It wasn't the night one, but they were doing like the last dress rehearsal.
Right.
And a girl got sick, and she was one of the main parts.
Yeah.
So she had to go, and the show must go on. They go without her. They didn't have like a backup, and they
Wow.
went. And I filmed it, and they said, "Oh yeah, so she's not there." I filmed it, watched it. I'm like, I couldn't tell the difference whatsoever. I'm like, I had no idea.
She
Man.
comes back like, we don't need you.
We don't need you just did it. No, but so like, but the kids were able to do
Pivot,
it without
yeah.
that and find a way and something like that had not expected whatsoever happened, and they were able to get through it and
Yeah.
do well.
They
and act
are.
like nothing ever happened.
And they are, and that's from the training and the experience. And we had the same thing. We did a musical called Bring It On, which is great, based on the old movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheerleading.
Yep.
I was nervous wreck every day, throwing kids in the air, and but they were, they were amazing. They trusted each other.
Yeah.
It's like a movie, and the girl gets hit in the head and goes down and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, there you go.
And we had cheerleading mats. We had the whole thing, and we had 60 people on
Yeah,
stage. Like
wow.
it was like back to kind of normal a little bit. It was
Yeah,
cool.
for
So
sure.
did someone actually did a musical from that?
Yes, and
Yep.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
It's so fun.
I mean, if you write it correctly, you can do a musical out of anything.
Anything.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's first. He did the music.
Really?
And that was his first
Good
musical.
point.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the music's amazing.
He did okay.
yeah,
did
yeah.
Okay, I
he's
think
pretty
that,
all right. He's all right.
that kid's going places.
Yes,
Yeah, I guess.
yes.
sure.
Super fun. Yeah. So we're doing some of those normal things, doing shows, doing competitions. So the kids are loving that, and they need that in a school like ours, man. They need to feed off each other and get there and perform.
Yeah, that's
So-
awesome. Rock Paper Scissors, is there a website, social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. RPS Thriller. That is our Instagram, and we're on Facebook. So those are the two main places that we are, and we keep it pretty updated. I know we've got a lot of Garden State Film Festival stuff on there, and
Yeah.
this has been such a wild ride. Like meeting old people that I knew, like old friends and old colleagues in this place. It's
Yeah.
been an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
It's
Keep it-
always good to get together with you and see you. Like down in
Yeah.
Atlantic City, a couple times here.
Yeah.
Been a
Yeah, I love
while.
you're like the mayor here, man. Like people always say, "Hey, where you been? Call it." Hey, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sometimes.
And I think both of you
It's
probably.
been a long
are.
time though since I've seen many of these people.
Yeah,
so
I know
it's
you
pretty
go to a lot of fests. I'm
Too.
sure you both do.
It's
but-
awesome, and Garden State would appreciate that. I'll tell the story quick.
Yeah.
One of the other filmmakers here this weekend, you guys interviewed Matt Servito.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So I was just waiting to look at my room like a couple hours before. I'm
Yeah.
a nervous wreck. Like, what's the room look like? We're gonna show the film here.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
just
the-
standing outside waiting for a film to end, and he's standing right next to me, and of course I recognize
Yeah.
him. But more importantly, I say, Matt, I don't know if you remember this. One of my first acting jobs and one of his first was on All My Children, and I played his henchman. He was a high school bully. So, I told him, you remember, but that was one of my first acting jobs. I was
Yeah.
in Montclair State studying theater, and I was his henchman,
Right.
bully high school basketball player for like 10 shows.
Yeah.
So really cool to run into him here, and that was like a nice memory.
That's awesome, man.
Because he
Those
was a
are great
professional
stories.
that I always tell my kids, these guys, he treated me right. Like
Yeah.
I was with him for hours and he was becoming a star.
Yeah.
But he was a nice guy,
Yep.
and he worked his butt off. And it's so funny to see him, and I used him as an example in my
Yeah.
classes. So it's been a great weekend.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, we'll see you here next year. Definitely.
Absolutely.
You can't break the streak now.
No way, I will be
They
here.
should give you
whether-
a prize for you. You might have the longest
the
tenure
longest
here.
that-
I'm going to bring the old programs and get them signed, I think. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I've done 12. You've done more.
Yeah.
I've been here since the beginning and just been a fan. So, but now I'm happy to be a filmmaker. Next year, maybe I'll be both. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Check it out. Now not too late to catch some films. We're nearing the end,
Nearing
ladies
the
and
end, but
gentlemen.
there's a couple,
Went
maybe a
quick.
couple sets left.
Yeah, or the award ceremonies tonight, and I think a lot of these are streaming virtually as well throughout the week.
Yes.
So, gsff.org. Everybody, thank you, my friend. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you,
really
Mixie. It's
appreciate
great
it.
to see you guys. The Garden State Film Festival, you've done an amazing job
Yeah.
for the fans and the filmmakers. Like, you've created such a great community here. Thank you.
20 years, huh?
20 years.
20 years.
Yep.
I'm an old vet. I
That's
need
right.
a badge.
Yeah, a badge, a patch.
Yes.
Should we go get tattoos?
Yeah,
We'll
lifer.
Garden State Film
Yeah, I'll
Festival
get it.
tattoo.
I'll get my next one. That's
I think
what
even if we did, I think Lauren and Diane would be like, "What the hell?
Why
what are
would
you
you do
doing?
that?
Like, we don't have tattoos."
Right next to your flex capacitor.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So, thank you so much.
Thank
my
you,
friends.
guys.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks.